Hi, this is Vicki with Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to our new learning session on emotions. There's no easier time to see emotions and actions than with a small child. Their emotions bubble up quickly and just as quickly disappear. For children and adults, emotions are typically a whole bodily event. It's a lot easier to see in children because they lack the language and self regulations to be more subtle. Our goals in this learning session are to build language, communication, and coping skills for your learners so that they will be ready for school where big emotions are expected to be regulated and explained. As a parent, modeling these behaviors and coping skills is especially helpful for the child. So please engage in this learning session as an equal participant. In your box, you're going to find a bag numbered 1 that contains pictures of children caught in particular emotions. We have included these pictures of children um, because children are beginning to learn how to identify emotions in others. So you could start the conversation with the child about these pictures with some context. This girl's at a birthday party. How is she feeling? And do you think she needs help? What would you do to help her? Also, reminiscing with your child about a time where you both can remember when they were happy or sad or scared. Provide some context of events that led up to an emotion, and of course, what happened during and after that time they felt that way. It is helpful to remind them how they may have dealt with anger or being scared, being happy, so excited that they can't control themselves, and how they that worked, and to share a time where emotions happened to you and what you felt and how you handled it. This idea of reminiscing conversation teach children both what and how to remember, and also helps their child's ability to actually create an organized narrative about what actually happened. These reflections can give the child um, a way to find different ways that they could have handled future emotional reactions and form a plan for dealing with big emotions. This is activity number 2, and in your box, you'll find some breathing card ideas. Relaxed breathing helps build a break during stressful times. And we provided different ideas to help give some ways to think about breathing. The two that I found that are easiest to do with children are actually elephant breathing, which involves the entire body, and bubble breathing. Camilla will be doing a demonstration video to try to with the children as part of the activities that come up this week, and we'll be seeing that here shortly. Sometimes children use breathing beads to actually help, so let's make a set of our own. In your bag, you're going to find 2 pipe cleaners and a set of beads. One pipe cleaner is for you, and the other's for your learner. To make the bracelet, you want to thread the beads onto the pipe cleaner and then twist the pipe cleaner together so you end up with basically a bracelet. Um, if you find yourself overexcited, you can try using the breathing bracelet. And as you breathe, what you want to do is to grab a bead and move it as you breathe in. And then as you breathe out, move the next bead. And you want to continue this until you actually feel more calm. Try the exercise together with your child. Let's watch Camilla try 2 different breathing techniques. You can do it with her. So this is activity number three, coping cards. Children and adults can help themselves when they're having a hard time, especially if they have to plan ahead. So let's face it, there's going to be many times in your child's life where they're upset or sad or angry and could use a strategy to help calm them down. So we've included a set of coping cards, which provide lots of ideas to help yourself or help your child calm down. The trick to these cards is to let them choose two or three ideas which they think will help them calm themselves down. Will it be finding a quiet place or coloring or reading? So, to talk about it, I would bring up a time that they were having a hard time. You remember when you went to Joe's birthday party and you didn't get to go first on the swing and you got upset, you couldn't calm down? Well, we're going to come up with some ideas to try the next time that happens. So, let's look through the cards and see what we will find. Now, once they've chosen a couple choices, do them, practice them, ask them how it makes them feel. Does it make you feel good? Okay, so then we make a plan. The next time you're having a hard time, I'm going to remind you to do this or this idea. Two is best. So when the child does have a hard time, remind them of their choices A or B, and let's try one now and see if it helps. Now, these coping strategies take practice. Typically, children choose ideas and activities that they like, but when they're really upset or really angry, it requires too much control to do the activity. So don't be discouraged by the coping mechanism not working. You guys are both learning about what works best for your child. Revisit the episode later with the coping cards again and ask them what was hard and what do they want to try to do the next time. Now, yoga is one of the great coping strategies that's been found very helpful with children, and it can be done in a really small space. Most kids really, really enjoy it. In fact, there's been so many studies about yoga in school and what a great deal at how many behavioral problems are reduced. So you may actually have find out that your children are doing yoga in public school, and it's not a bad idea to get them started. It'll help them increase their focus, which of course is great for academic learning, and help them self calm. And I think the most important thing is it really helps them connect to how their bodies and minds are feeling. Now, Camilla has a few poses that are simple for them to try in a video, which we're going to see now. This is activity number four, coloring. Therapists suggest carrying a coloring book and crayons with you. They don't take lots of room and they're really good for all ages and it's relaxing. So the next time you find yourself bored or anxious or upset, get that coloring book out. Well, that's all for this week. I'll see you next week.